Now we are seeing some of the previous GATE questions from the subject machine design. Stress concentration in a machine component of a ductile material is not so harmful as it is in a brittle material because option A, in a ductile material local yielding may distribute stress concentration. Option B, ductile material has larger Young's modulus. Option C, Poisson's ratio is large in ductile materials. Option D, modulus of rigidity is larger in a ductile materials. So here the correct option is option A. So that is, in ductile materials, local yielding will distribute the stress concentration. So stress concentration in ductile materials is not so harmful as compared to the brittle material. Why? Because the yielding phenomenon in ductile materials will distribute the stress concentration. Next, if you see the next question, the process of short peening increases the fatigue life of steel springs mainly because it results in option A, surface hardening, option B, increased stiffness of the material, option C, structural changes in the material, option D, residual compression at the surface. And here the correct option is option D. So for short peening means like hitting with some steel, some balls, something like that. So which will increase the or which will produce a compression at the surface. So that will increase the fatigue life of the component. Here the steel component is nothing but steel spring. So by the short peening, fatigue life of steel springs will increase because of the residual compression at the surface. So option D is the right option here. And if you see the next question, a static load is mounted at the center of a shaft rotating at uniform angular velocity. This shaft will design for maximum compressive stress, option B, maximum tensile stress, option C, maximum bending moment, option D, fatigue loading. And here the correct option is option D, fatigue loading. So when a shaft is given with a static load which is mounted at the center, and when the shaft is rotating, so the layers of the shaft are subjected to tension and compression simultaneously for the half of the cycle tension, for half of the cycle compression. So this process is nothing but a reversible stresses, and this type of loading is nothing but fatigue loading. So the shaft is to be designed for the fatigue loading. So option D is the right option for this question. And if you see the next question, in terms of theoretical stress concentration factor Kt and fatigue stress concentration factor Kf, the notch sensitivity Q is expressed as, some of the options are given, Kf minus 1 by Kt minus 1, option B, Kf minus 1 by Kt plus 1, option C, Kt minus 1 by Kf minus 1, option D, Kf plus 1 by Kt plus 1. And here the correct option is option A, Kf minus 1 by Kt minus 1. And if you see the next question, the SN curve for steel becomes asymptotic nearly at option A, 10 to the power of 3 cycles, option B, 10 to the power of 4 cycles, option C, 10 to the power of 6 cycles, option D, 10 to the power of 9 cycles. So here is asking the SN curve for steel becomes asymptotic. So asymptotic means when a curve is approaching a line and both are coming closer but actually not intersecting. So that is meaning of asymptotic. So here the overall meaning here is the a curve is approaching a line. So in the SN curve of steel, the curve will approaching the endurance limit line at the approximately at the 10 to the power of 6 cycles. So here the correct option is option C, 10 to the power of 6 cycles. And if you see the next question, in a structure subjected to fatigue loading, the maximum and the minimum and maximum stresses developed in a cycle are 200 megapascal and 400 megapascal respectively. the value of stress amplitude in megapascal is. So the formula for stress amplitude is sigma A is equals to sigma max minus sigma minimum by 2. And here max value is given 400 megapascal and minimum is given 200 megapascal and by 2 is there. And if you simplify that, we are getting stress amplitude as 100 megapascals. So here the answer is 100 megapascals. And if you see the next question, a rotating steel shaft is supported at the ends. It is subjected to a point load at the center. The maximum bending stress developed is 100 megapascal. If the yield, ultimate and corrected endurance strength of the shaft material are 300 megapascal, 500 megapascal and 200 megapascal respectively. So the yield strength will become 300 megapascal, ultimate strength will become 500 megapascal and endurance strength will become 200 megapascal respectively. Then the factor of safety for the shaft is. So here is given some values and he is asking the factor of safety for the given situation. So see here the correct answer is factor of safety is 2. So shaft is subjected to here the repeated or completely reversal loads. So why? Because I told in the previous question, the shaft is rotating and it is subjected with a central load. So the layers of the shaft will be subjected to tensile compression for the half of the cycle. So these are completely reversed stresses. So in the complete reverse stresses, we know mean stress is 0 and the maximum stress will be nothing but stress amplitude. So here maximum stress is given 100 megapascals. So and here we know bending stress is a completely reversible stress, and for bending stress mean stress is 0 because completely reversed stress. So for completely reversed stresses mean stress is 0 from the diagram we can say. Here I told stress amplitude will be this value, the maximum value, that is 100 megapascals. And if you see the given values, yield strength is 300 megapascals, ultimate strength is 500 megapascals, endurance strength is 200 megapascals, and we require factor of safety. And here we'll find out with the Soderberg equation. So if nothing is mentioned, means using Gerber, Goodman or Soderberg relations, nothing is mentioned in the question, so we'll generally go for the Soderberg equation. And according to Soderberg equation, sigma A by SC is plus sigma M by SYT is equals to 1 by Fs. So here where sigma A is stress amplitude, sigma M is the mean stress, and SE is the endurance limit or endurance strength, SYT is the yield strength, and Fs is the factor of safety. So we got here a stress amplitude 100 megapascals and SE yield strength is given 200 megapascals. And also here you can go for Soderberg. Why? Because it's giving some corrected endurance strength. So anyway, we are using here Soderberg equation. So SC is 200 megapascals, here 200, and mean stress we have seen just here, it is 0 for this case. So when you write 0 by something, it is 0. So this term is 0 and 1 by Fs, and when you simplify this, we are getting factor of safety as 2. So for this factor of safety is 2 and the answer is 2. And if you see the next question, for the given fluctuating fatigue load, the value of stress amplitude and stress ratios are respectively. So here some diagram is given. So it is representing the fluctuating fatigue load, and for this case is asking the value of stress amplitude and stress ratios, and here some of the options are given. So we know stress amplitude is given by the formula sigma max minus sigma minimum by 2. So when you observe this diagram, the maximum value of stress is 250 megapascals. If you see here 250, and the curve is reaching maximum point here, so it is maximum stress is 250 megapascals and minimum stress is 50 megapascals. So when you write that sigma max in the place of sigma max 250, sigma minimum 50 by 2, and when you simplify that, we are getting stress amplitude as 100 megapascals. and stress ratio is defined as sigma minimum by sigma maximum. So 50 by 250 or it is 0.2. So sigma A stress amplitude is 100 megapascals, stress ratio is 0.2. So here the option C is the right option for this question. And if you see the next question, a ductile material having an endurance limit of 196 Newton per mm square and the yield point at 294 Newton per mm square is stressed under variable load. The maximum and minimum stresses are 147 Newton per mm square and 49 Newton per mm square. The fatigue stress concentration factor is 1.32. The available factor of safety for this loading is, and some of the options are given here, and here the correct option is option P, 1.5. So if you see here the given data, maximum and minimum stresses are given, and also endurance strength is given and the yield strength is given. Is asking to find out factor of safety. So we know to find out factor of safety for the given from the given data, we'll use any relation, and in general if nothing is mentioned here, so here if you see the question, any equation is not suggesting to use to find out the factor of safety. So we'll go for the Soderberg equation once again for this question. So I told nothing is mentioned, we'll go for the Soderberg equation. So according to that, to solve that by using Soderberg equation, we require sigma mean and sigma amplitude, stress amplitude and mean stress. So mean stress is given by sigma max plus sigma minimum by 2. So if you see the maximum and minimum stresses is 147 and 49. So maximum stress is 147, minimum stress is 49. So maximum plus minimum by 2 means 147 plus 49 by 2, it is 98 megapascals is the mean stress, and for stress amplitude it is sigma max minus sigma minimum by 2. So sigma max is 147, sigma minimum is 49 by 2, and the stress amplitude here is 49 megapascals. And if you see here fatigue stress concentration factor is given. So if this is not given, the given value of endurance limit, that is in 196 Newton per mm square, will take directly in the solution. But here fatigue stress concentration factor is given. So whenever fatigue stress concentration factor is given, to get the actual endurance strength to substitute in the question, so you have to divide the given value of endurance strength with the fatigue stress concentration factor to get the actual value of endurance strength to be substituted in the problem. So the given value here, the endurance limit is 196 and fatigue stress concentration factor is given 1.32. To get the actual value to be substituted in the question, so C is 196 by Kf, that is fatigue stress concentration factor, 196 by 1.32, that is 148.48. we are getting the design value for this endurance limit. So from the Soderberg equation, we can write sigma A by SC plus sigma M by SYT is equals to 1 by Fs. Right? We know here sigma A is stress amplitude, SC is the endurance limit, the design endurance limit, and sigma M is the mean stress, and SYT is the yield point stress. Fs is the factor of safety. So we got sigma A value 49 and SC 148.48, sigma M 98, and SYT yield point stress is given 294 here. So substituting the same value 294 for SYT, and we require factor of safety. So when you simplify this, we are getting factor of safety as 1.50, and option B is the right option for this question. And if you see the next question, a forged steel link with uniform diameter of 30 mm at center is subjected to an axial force that varies from 40 kilonewtons in compression to 160 kilonewtons in tension. The tensile, yield and corrected endurance strengths of this material are 600 megapascal, 420 megapascal and 240 megapascals respectively. So that means ultimate yield strength SUT as 600 megapascal, yield point stress SYT as 420 megapascal, and endurance strength SC as 240 megapascals we have to take. The factor of safety against the fatigue endurance as per the Soderberg criterion is. And some of the options are given, and here the right option is option A, 1.26. So let us see. The diameter is given 30 mm and maximum load here it is 160 kilonewtons in tension. So there is a maximum load, and minimum load is 40 kilonewtons. So it is compression or compressive load. So we'll take minus 40, and ultimate strength is given 600 megapascal. Yield point stress or yield point strength is 420 megapascals, and endurance strength is 240 megapascals. So to find out factor of safety from the Soderberg equation, we have to find out mean stress and stress amplitude. So to get mean stress and stress amplitude, we require sigma max and sigma minimum. So to find out the mean stress, just we are writing mean load by area. To get mean load, we are writing just P max plus P minimum by 2. So P max is 160 plus P minimum is minus 40 by 2. So 60 kilonewtons is P mean. So next we require, we are substituting that P mean in this formula, sigma m formula, Pm by A. Pm 60 kilonewtons we got in newtons, it is 16 Newton to the power of 3, and pi by area is pi by 4 d square, it is a round bar, and d value 30. So when you simplify this, we are getting sigma mean as 84.88 Newton per mm square. And for sigma A, we can write as PA by capital A, and for PA we can write equation as P max minus P minimum by 2. P max is 160 minus P minimum is 40 by 2, and here the PA value is 100 kilonewtons, and in newtons it is 100 into 10 to the power of 3, and area is pi by 4 30 square. And when you simplify that, we are getting sigma A as 141.47 Newton per mm square. So just substitute in the Soderberg equation. So here is given to use Soderberg criterion. So according to Soderberg equation, we know sigma A by SE plus sigma M by SYT is equals to 1 by Fs. So friends, here see, the place of SC you can use sigma E, and in the place of SYT you can use sigma YT also. The symbol may be anything, but the meaning will be same. That is sigma E or SE is nothing but endurance strength, SYT or sigma YT yield point stress. So meaning will be same, symbol may be anything. Any symbol you can use as per your convenience. And next, here if you substitute the values, sigma A stress amplitude we got 141.47, and SE is given endurance strength 240 megapascals. Mean stress we got 84.88, and yield point stress 420 megapascals SYT, and we require factor of safety. So when you substitute those values and when you simplify for factor of safety, we are getting factor of safety as 1.26, and here the option A is the right option for this question. And if you see the next question, a bar is subjected to fluctuating tensile load of, from 20 kilonewtons to 100 kilonewtons. The material has yield strength of 240 megapascals, that is SYT, and the endurance limit in a reversible bending is 160 megapascals. Sigma E or SE is 160 megapascals. According to the Soderberg principle, the area of cross section in mm square of the bar for a factor of safety of 2 is, and some of the options are given here, and the correct option here is option D, 1000 mm square. So here SYT and SE, this yield point stress, endurance limit, and maximum minimum loads are given, and also factor of safety is also given. And here we are supposed to find out area of cross section by using the Soderberg principle. So we know to use Soderberg principle, we require stress amplitude and mean stress. So for that we require sigma max and sigma minimum, And here if you see, the maximum load is given 100 kilonewtons and minimum load 20 kilonewtons, and SYT is 240 megapascals given, and endurance strength is given 160 megapascals. Factor of safety is given 2. So anyway, we require here sigma max, so we can write P max by A, and P max is 100 kilonewtons and 100 into 10 to the power of 3 newtons by A. Keep it like that, capital A. We have to find out that A, Newton per mm square, and sigma minimum, we can write P minimum by capital A, that is area, 20 kilonewtons or 20 into 10 to the power of 3 newtons by A, Newton per mm square. So we can write mean stress sigma m as sigma max plus sigma minimum by 2. So this value and plus this value by 2. So when you simplify here, we'll take A common, and 100 plus 21, 20 into 10 to the power of 3, that is 120 by 2 is 60. So anyway, when you simplify this, we are getting it is 60 into 10 to the power of 3 by A, Newton per mm square. That is sigma mean. For stress amplitude, you can write the formula as sigma max minus sigma minimum by 2, and sigma max is this one, and sigma minimum is the second one by 2. So when you simplify this, we are getting sigma A as 40 into 10 to the power of 3 by capital A, Newton per mm square. So according to the Soderberg equation, we know it is sigma A by SE plus sigma M by SYT is equals to 1 by Fs. So we know already sigma A is stress amplitude, SE is endurance limit, sigma M mean stress, and SYT is the yield point stress, Fs is factor of safety. So when you substitute those values, sigma A 40 to 10 to the power of 3 by capital A by SE endurance limit or endurance strength 160 megapascals, the given value, plus sigma mean is 60 into 10 to the power of 3 by A by SYT yield point stress 240 megapascals, and the factor of safety is 2 given. So when you substitute those values and when you simplify that, we are getting the area of cross section as 1000 mm square. So here the option D is the right option for this question. So for more videos, please subscribe and activate bell symbol, and also please share my videos with your friends. Thanks for watching.